What's up, everybody? It's Kenny from Mag Chop. We're chopping it up. All right, welcome back to the show. I'm so glad you guys are here. I know it's been a while since my last video, but don't worry, I'm working on that. I've had a crazy busy month, so if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen everything that I've been doing, from filming the movie in Miami with Michael Jones, and to going to Houston to film The Squad with Juan C Vazquez and a list of actors that we're going to talk about in a little while. Speaking of The Squad, I do have this beautiful Mag Chop 15-ounce collection mug. This one is called Writer's Dimension. It actually appears in The Squad, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So go to magchop.com, order yourself one of these cool 15-ounce mugs. At the end of every year, one mug does retire, and a new design is introduced. So start your collection, add to your collection, go on magchop.com. All right, so let's get into things. As an entrepreneur, before I go into the movie thing, because I know a lot of you are waiting for that, I talk about being an entrepreneur, the experiences you have. That's what pretty much the channel has been all about, and I'm going to continue that because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, somebody whose brand is now growing, you can watch from the beginnings of some of the things I talk about. This will tell you how I've gotten to the point where I've gotten, or give you an idea of what to do. But I want to get into something that's a little bit, I feel like it's a lost art, the art of customer service. I realized recently that customer service has gotten so poor that we've just come to expect it. And so when we do get good customer service, it's almost like strange. Like it's weird. Like, you just like you're expecting to have some type of resistance, and it's become so normal. And it's everywhere. It's rampant. And so I think that as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or let me tell you, if you just have like a customer job or a job where you're dealing with customers, patients, clients, whatever they are to you, this is good advice just in general, because I think we've gotten away from it. We've gotten too far away from it. I was at a store recently and I was getting some paint and I was standing there and I see the people are working. I understand they're working. They got a line, they got a bunch of people. But as things were slowing down, it was like they weren't acknowledging that I was even there. Right? And I was just like, okay. Now it becomes a little annoying because you're like, well, man, I'm standing here, I'm looking at you. I see that you're working, but what happened to saying, I'll be right with you? Nothing. And so I thought about this and I thought to myself, man, this is just too common. People are just too comfortable with not giving good customer service. What happened to the good mornings, good evenings? Thank you for coming. So I try to make sure I do that with my clients, with my vendors. Try to be courteous with them, the old school way. And I think we need to bring some of that back. I think it's really important as an entrepreneur that you set a new tone, because then it sets a precedence for your company and for the people that are doing business with you and everything. Believe me, and I've had issues. I've had customer complaints and I'm like, okay. And there's times that there's complaints that I'm just like, what do I do? So I got to sit there, figure it out. And sometimes it's like from vendor to vendor, because there's some things that I broker, I guess, kind of, so to speak. I don't know if I'm using the right word. Anyway, so I've had to deal with customer issues. I have messed up. I have sent stuff that ended up breaking. I've sent the wrong product. I've made mistakes. Okay, these are things you're probably going to go through. You grab one thing, set it down. Before you know it, you're grabbing the wrong one, package it and ship it, and the person's like, what is this? Like, sorry, call tag, So you gotta understand that you're gonna make mistakes, but you gotta learn from those mistakes. But it's really important on how you handle your customer when you have those mistakes, whatever the mistake is. But customer service, it's funny because I was having a conversation with a client one time, and she is really amazing with her knowledge in customer service. And she said to me, she says, when you say good morning to somebody, and you acknowledge that today, I'll be right with you. It resets the clock. It resets their clock. So if they've been there 5 minutes, the minute you say to them, hey, listen, I see that, I'm going to be right with you, it resets their clock. They're like, oh, okay. So that 5 minutes doesn't matter anymore to them. This is how important. This is how important customer service is. Because this is what's going to be. Let me tell you, I've dropped a ball with a client one time, and I thought for sure all hope was lost. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to reach out. Ended up in a conversation with the person, and you know what? I owned it. I owned it. I let them know that, listen, no matter, ultimately, the owner of the company falls on me. This was something we should have handled. And guess what? I ended up doing more business with her. So now it's like I got a lot of business going on with different people, and it's all because of the old school customer service that I really want my company to hold that standard. So anybody who's dealing with MagChop, you're going to get good customer service. That's what I want. And you're going to get a good quality product. And that's very important. So go back to that. When your clients come in, say good morning, say hello. When you answer your phone, say good morning, say hello. Before you hang up, hey, it was great talking to you. Have a great day. Now, if it wasn't a good conversation, you don't want to be sarcastic and say it, but you just say, have a good day. Try to keep your cool. Try to remember that these people are the people that are bringing in your revenue. They're paying your bills, they're paying your check. Whatever it is, however you're making money, whether it's you have a job, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you got side things going on, no matter what you do, make sure you focus on old school customer service, because that's what's going to get telling everybody, man, you know what? I went to that shop. It was a great shop. They treated me really with respect. They were cool. They were really nice. People remember that. You make them feel good. People always remember how you made them feel. So don't make them feel like a jerk. That's what really it's all about. This is what's going to help build your business. You do right by people, you treat them well, and give them old school customer service. All right, so let's get into the fun stuff now. I was in Houston recently, and I got to shoot a movie called The Squad. Wow. What an amazing experience that was. We had I worked with Juan C Vazquez. This guy's an artist, he's an actor, he's a writer, he's a musician. The guy does it all. And got to work with him, spend a lot of time with him while I was out there. He actually wrote and starred in Trap Plane, Murder Book, Through the Valley, which had Danny Trejo and Noel Guglielmi in it, and like three other films that are on his IMDb. You got to check them out. But The Squad really is a piece of work. It's a piece of art. It's a mastery. And being on set with these guys, they were really amazing. You had Tyler Gallant. He was in General Hospital, Alpha Wolf, Last American Horror Story, like 15 other movies. You had Mike Gassaway. This guy was in John Wick Chapter 3, The Magnificent Seven, Machete. Robert Lasardo. I mean, this guy, I remember seeing him in Dirty. He was on Nip Tuck and CSI Miami. He was in recently The Mule with Clint Eastwood. I mean, it was just amazing cast. John Garzone was the Garzone, and it's John A. Garzone for you want to look him up. He was the main villain in Trap Plane, and I loved Trap Plane. I enjoyed the heck out of that series, and so now he was the main villain in The Squad. And let me tell you, the contrast of the characters are very different, and I mean, he nailed it. It's like watching two different people, because I was familiar with his character, so familiar with his character in Trap Plane, that seeing him on set in this capacity was just like, man, you're the real deal. So what an amazing experience. We had ESG, Houston legendary rapper. We had Hardy Boy Wayne. We had from the Hardy Boy Records. We had Juan Gotti. I mean, it was amazing to see these people on set and be working with them and talking to them. And we had a bunch of other. And then we had this cool '78 Monte Carlo. We had a Poncho's car. And then we had Regal. We had an '86 Buick Regal. All lowriders out and everything. And you know me, I'm a lowrider, so I was all happy. I got to drive the Monte Carlo around. It was really an amazing experience. Let me tell you, there was a day that I felt like I was at Universal Studios. Like, it was wild. We had people falling off roofs that we were shooting, and I mean, the body count in this movie is going to be serious. And we had people falling off like these ledges, and then we had, bullets hitting the wall and popping, and I mean, it was wild. People on fire, explosions. It literally was like a combination of like Universal Studios and Grand Theft Auto. and it was just a wild experience. So make sure you guys look out for The Squad. You're gonna want to see this movie. You don't want to miss it. It's really an amazing film. I had a lot of fun filming it. If you're following my Instagram, then you've probably seen some of the behind the scenes footage, so definitely check it out. Go to MagChop on Instagram. If you're not following, make sure you hit that subscribe button here. I got a lot of cool stuff that's going to be coming up, and make sure you go and get yourself one of these cool 15-ounce collection MagChop mugs. And you can look in the apparel, this really cool classic car shirt that I'm wearing right here. Look at that. Can you see all that? Can you see all that? Go get yourself one of these shirts. Support the business, support the movement. Keep watching the movies. I do have another movie coming out called Negativity. It was by Juan C Vazquez, so look for that. One's coming soon. And I'm working on a film for Sony Productions with Michael Jones, or Sony Distribution, whatever it is, something like that. I know Sony's involved somehow. Anyway, it's a really cool film. I'm working with the lovely Katana Malone and Deja Rowe and Michael Sheps and Robert. I mean, the names in this one, which I'm going to get into the whole thing about that one as soon as we're done rapping and everything like that. So stay tuned and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching.